You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's ZENNI.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Happy Friday. Woohoo! New Year's resolutions are almost gone, right? We can get back to normal business. Yeah, like another week, they'll be gone and we'll start doing stuff for real again. You know I'm right. You do, right? So today we're going to talk about ritualistic success, something I have been practicing for at least 20 years now and teaching for about as long as that as well when I do seminars or do coaching programs, things like that. To get people in a routine to get what you want, you're going to get that today. I'll explain it to the best of my ability in the time that we have. And if you will soak it up and use it, it'll play to your physical and your mental energy and really help you. We'll do that in just a sec here. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost. Every single day, life begins when you move, and then life gets in the way. Oh no, what happened? Oh no. And then you stand up, you take a step, you repeat, you keep going until you get what you want. That's it. You know what the trick is here? The trick is the click. That's it. Now, come close to me for a second here. I recognized a long time ago that the click had a great way of capturing your attention. In fact, it was that millisecond in time when you don't know, you get it. I don't know. Got it. That's what this is about. It's soaking it in. It's immersing yourself in all the little things that Scott spews out every single day and pulling out the clicks. They're all over the place, pulling them out until they make sense to you, until you absorb it and you begin to write your own book in that way. That's what this is all about. How are you? My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder, the chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Say hi to my friends. I visited in St. Augustine. Well, not my friends. We stayed at the Augustine Inn, and I met all kinds of people in the morning at breakfast, in the afternoon at happy hour. And you know what? 3 of them, when they asked, what do I do for a living? One of the best questions you could ever ask anybody to start a conversation. So what do you do? I told them, and they said, the Daily Boost, the Daily. I said, yes. And they pull out their phone, and they have me there, and they're listening to me. I'm like, oh man, I drank too much wine. Is this real? So hi, everybody. I'm glad to see you and glad you listened to me. And it's a cool thing. So on a Friday, before we get on with the show today, this is really important. You'll find that in a lot of things that we do around here, a lot of people that are just getting going or just in a hurry, or they're just running through every podcast as fast as they can, they miss some of the things that really make the difference. It's a nuance between the lines. You got to pay attention to it. And I get sometimes, hey, you got 60 seconds to get $1 million tip, and sometimes it doesn't happen. But the Friday question they always ask is, how do you want to feel? And why do I say that? Because you are a emotional person. Everything you do is emotional, every bit of it. You're going to start, no, I'm not Scott, I'm logical. No, you're not. You're human. That means you start with emotions. I don't care how logical you are. I can get you to tears if I want to. If I can't get you to tears, I can get you cracking up. I can do something to take that emotion back from you. So when you ask yourself this question, how do I want to feel? You empower yourself to feel the way you want to feel, and don't let anybody take that away from you. Ask it just before a meeting. Ask it when you get up in the morning. Ask it before work. How do I want to feel? And go, I want to feel great. I want to feel empowered. I want to feel in control. I don't want anybody to step on me anymore. I want to feel like I can do anything. Then go do it. Don't let people take that from you. Because they will, not because they mean anything poorly at all. I'm saying that. It's just, that's what they're doing. There's all these 8 billion people on this planet. We're out walking around trying to do our stuff. How do I want to feel? I want to feel great. And then this guy says, I'm going to make you feel bad. And what? You are in control of how you feel. You need to control your emotions, because then we can get the logic. When you can control your emotions and get excited about what you're doing, then we can take the steps that we have here and allow you to go step by step by step to get exactly what you want. But if you can't control your emotions, you can't do the logical stuff, can you? I learned a long time ago, I'm an emotional buyer, by the way. I stay away from people that are really good at sales because they will get me first. Emotional buyers always buy first. It doesn't matter how much it is. I have literally spent $150,000 on an emotion. And about a month later, I start seeing the payments and I go, okay, logic kicked in. Ask yourself, question, how do I want to feel? So my ritualistic process for success, this is based on your physical energy. It's based on how your mind works. And we know now your intellect is about the same as it's always been. Intellect in humans hasn't changed for, thousands, at least maybe tens of thousands of years. So no, you're about the same. Your brain chemistry is about the same. You have a certain amount of mental energy in certain parts of your brain. You have a certain amount of physical energy. That's kind of easier to figure out, isn't it? You can only run so far or do so many push-ups or something like that. Unless you're me, then I can just endlessly do them because I have the magic. I'm just lying. But you need to sharpen the saw, as Stephen Covey used to say. Have you heard the metaphor? I'm not going to talk about it today because that's Stephen's stuff. He passed away a good number of years ago now. But if you haven't heard the sharpening saw metaphor, go listen to it because it really is so cool. And it was a big part of me when I was growing up, but I had to find my own way. Got to sharpen that saw so you can cut more wood, right? It means taking some breaks. So when we're doing life, when you start coming into my world, I have a formula. It's a framework, if you will. A ritual, rest, rejuvenate, reactivate, repeat. And creatively, I call it the 5 R's. I've never renamed it. It's just the 5 R's. Ritual, rest, rejuvenate, reactivate, repeat. So let's get into it. Success comes when you perform ritual actions every day. Simple as this saying right now. Figure out what works and do it. That's it. Ritualistically, every single day, if you know something works for you, just do it. Get yourself in a routine. You probably have one right now, but sometimes we have routines that don't work. And certainly in our lives, all of us go through periods of life when the rituals we're performing are not good for us, but we keep doing them, right? Get the same result. So the very first step in this is whatever you do every single day, get it into a ritual. And that comes into habits, deciding how you think, how you roll, how you like to work. Like I like to do really hard, intense stuff early in the morning. My brain is really sharp in the morning, then it becomes mush, and I record the podcast. That makes them good that way. But the truth is, that's not true. Success comes when you perform ritual actions every single day. So figure out what works and do it again and again and again. And then yes, it could be just brushing your teeth or just flossing your teeth or just like I do most mornings, I have a good shake because it makes me feel good. I don't need a big meal in the morning. Figure it out and do it. Number 2, running full out all the time is not sustainable. You must stop and take a rest. So we do a ritual performance and then we rest. Physically, you get tired. Our brain chemicals will start making us tired in the evening, depending on what time we've been up and how much energy we've expended. It just starts literally creating that sleep hormone that makes us want to go to sleep. That's going to happen. Your physical energy as well will run out if you're running. You can only go so many miles or lift so many pounds of weights, things like that. Your mental energy will run down. If you're in the prefrontal cortex, part of your mind, which is the short-term memory and all the executive center, they call it, it's limited in what it can do, a limited capacity, unless you're drinking a ton of Gatorade to fire it up. Glucose will do that. Can't do that all day. You'll be 400 pounds. But the point is this, you're going to wear yourself out. The thing that's called motivation that you really want to have, it's in the prefrontal cortex. If you force yourself through willpower, which I don't do, I use free will because I'm going to my feelings and where my energy is. If you force yourself, eventually you hit the wall. Have you ever done that? Have you ever gotten to bed on a Monday morning and by Thursday morning you were out of juice? And not only were you so out of juice you couldn't do anything, you're out of juice you didn't want to do anything. Got to rest. So the trick is ritualistically perform what you know is going to work for you, and then make sure that you understand when you're going to run out of steam and take a little rest proactively in front of it, and then recharge and go again. Resting allows your body to rejuvenate. It allows your mind to rejuvenate. Now, you hear this a lot in exercise, and most people will say, oh, exercise one day, take a day off, let it rest, and then exercise the next day. What you don't understand, and maybe people haven't heard about, is what's going on is your body's literally rebuilding itself. When you rest, your body has time to get in there, repair the muscle damage, bring the proteins in, recycle everything at nighttime. Your brain does the same thing. That's when you're in deep REM sleep at nighttime, which I do. Last night I did 3 hours of REM. That's seriously a lot, about 2 hours more than I need. But in that section, my brain is just, it's just going deep on me. Rejuvenation is what it's doing. So when you're ready, it's time to reactivate. How do you know when you're ready? Well, if you're like me, and just be honest with yourself, you worked really hard, you finally got yourself to stop, you finally took a little bit of a break, and then you're sitting there and you're too tired to get off the couch and you're just binging Netflix or whatever the heck you're doing. And then one day you get itchy. I feel like I got to move. I got to do something. I got to mow the lawn or something. Maybe go make some money or something. And I tell people this all the time. Get to understand how you roll. Understand when you're going to feel that way. Understand when your natural drive, your natural energy is going to be restored after you've taken the time to rest. And when it happens, it's time to reactivate back in action mode. So we're going to do this entirely through our entire lifetime. You're doing it naturally anyway right now. You're probably just not thinking about it. But imagine if you could, that you were able to understand you're going through this cycle again and again and again. Ritual actions, resting before you wear yourself out, allowing the rejuvenation of your mind and your body, reactivating back into what you love to do what makes your heart sing, and then the final R in our process, repeating the process. Essentially, a stand-up, take a step, repeat, fancy version that you just do until you get what you want, and when you change your mind, you keep doing it until you get the other stuff you want. That's how life is lived. I know you're going to change a lot along the way. We all do. Our personalities stay the same most of our life. Our intellect stays the same most of our life. Our decision-making stays the same most of our life. Where wisdom grows, if we choose to examine the wisdom and pull it out, then we can make different decisions. But for the most part, we're just going to repeat the same thing and hopefully get better results and better results because we're just getting better at it. It's a 10,000-hour rule. Just do this over and over again. You're going to get good at it. And you're going to soar like a superstar. Okay. Let me get off this balloon that's flying high right now to give you a weekend off. How's that? Come back Monday. How to get success even if you're lazy. In fact, I'm going to suggest that that should be your goal, to get lazy, but first success. Okay. So I know it's counterintuitive. It's a little contrary, but it's coming Monday. Have a great weekend. See you at Facebook, dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. Bye-bye.